Talks Box. It's time for our podcast.
It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. What?
You're listening to the Pit Wall Girls podcast, hosted by Darlene and Adriana.
And then being there too late.
I want to be Neymar. Hi, Adriana.
Hi, Darlene.
Welcome to Pit Wall Girls, an F1 podcast. Obviously. Well, I guess we can kick it off as to why I would want to be Neymar.
Yeah, I want to be Neymar. Just kidding. We don't want to be Neymar because...
we want to be in Neymar's shoes.
Yeah, we want to be in his... maybe not because he's kind of like getting blamed for it. Anyways, let us backtrack for a second. Neymar apparently was seen on the grid. Like, you know how celebrities, interviewers are walking along the grid when the cars are sitting there waiting for the formation lap to start? Apparently the formation lap started and he was still like on the grass next to the track.
Like cars are about to go zoom, zoom, zoom.
Right, like the cars are about to come back from like finishing the formation lap and like start the race, and he is still on the track, like dilly-dallying, I guess. Like being like, this is so cool. I don't know. That's how I would be probably. This is why we want to be Neymar.
Yeah, we want grid passes to be on the grid before the race starts.
100%. We'd be running with the little mics. Like,
yeah, we would be interviewing
Martin
Brundle.
Yeah. He's always running after people. He gets miles.
He taps him and pulls him. He's like, come here.
He's like, oh, I spot a Christian Horner over there. He's like a mile away. Anyways, apparently the FIA is looking into like
revoking.
Yeah, potentially, I guess taking that away or like limiting the amount of people on the track beforehand. I don't know, but I believe that this could actually happen because we've seen so many new rules, like the fence rule. What else was on?
Adriana's never gonna let the fence go.
I hate the fence rule. Like, if you know anything about me, I hate the fence rule.
She wants the mechanics flying to the fence and cheering on their team.
I mean, maybe I'm just misinformed, but like, I don't know if something happened that like provoked that. I could talk about this for like the whole episode.
We talked about this. They just said that the fences might not hold the weight of so many mechanics. Some of them are big boys.
My thing is like, this has been going on. Like, they're just figuring that out.
The fences are getting old. They're not going to hold on. It is very dangerous, but yeah. So I don't know. It's just going to be so boring. I feel like people want to be on the grid. I want to see who's on the grid. It's like, oh my God.
It's cool. And like the guy, what was his name again?
Martin Brundle. It's okay. He doesn't know anybody's name. I think he confuses them.
He wouldn't have like as many options to interview then. I don't know.
He wouldn't have his little show anymore. How sad is that? Yeah. We can't do that to poor old Martin.
You know what always makes
Neymar, get back in your lane.
Wait, you know what always makes me laugh about like that whole part in general?
What?
Did you see how like something was wrong with Charles's car or something, and they had to like they were doing work to it while it was sitting there on the track, and like they create like a ring around the car so like cameras can't get footage.
They can't see what's going on. Yeah, or they'll do the umbrellas.
Yeah.
What is your little umbrella gonna do to this car?
I know. It's like so top secret.
I don't always tune in. It depends what race it is. Like if there's a race that I know it's going to be celeb studded, then I will tune in because I want to see the chaos. That is that pre-race grid walk. Yeah. I
guess like I would want to sit in the start finish one time just to see that, you know?
Paddock all the way.
You see like all the celebs down there and stuff.
We are the celebs that will be in the paddock.
Be a better view.
Anyways, we have an agenda today. We have a YouTube, we have a Discord. We are going places. It's Wednesday and we're recording after the Canadian Grand Prix, and the next race is Red Bull's home race. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. I like to call it Toto's home race.
Yes. But also Red Bull's home race.
It is officially Red Bull's.
There was a lot of drama between Pierre and Carlos. Was that during quali?
It was.
Yes. Apparently, like, Pierre was starting his fast lap and Carlos was in the way and didn't move. And like literally Pierre almost ran into him. It was actually insane. And
Carlos impeded him.
But did Carlos get penalized?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. And honestly, like as a Carlos fan, I still think he should have gotten it. That was so dangerous.
Yeah, I actually don't know what happened with that, but I was like, oh my god, what is Pierre going to do? Because there was footage of him getting out of his car and he was walking towards the Ferrari garage. I was like, is he gonna fight Carlos? But again, it's not necessarily Carlos's fault because the engineer should be telling him what's going on.
Like so and so's coming up behind you. Like I don't know. There's many factors involved, but he was not happy.
Yeah, quali was crazy because it was raining. So I wanted to ask you, do you prefer it to rain during quali or during the race?
I think during quali, just because I feel like we've seen so many races where it takes so long for them to decide if like the race is even gonna start. Like it delays things. I don't know. I feel like I've had a lot of bad experiences watching wet races, unless if it's not like a heavy downpour. Like what was a good wet race recently? Can you recall? Like this season or last season? Because I don't know.
I can't recall one. It might be raining for Austria this weekend. Yeah. I actually prefer it for it to rain during the race because things can get out of order. Yeah. More strategy.
I was thinking like
I think it makes it more fun.
It does make it more fun
for us to watch.
Sometimes like don't even get the race going because of it.
Yeah, I think last year it was in Monaco where it was about to start raining. It wasn't even raining and they delayed the race and they were saying like, we just not race now because it rains? That's why we have wet tires and the sport is meant to be done in any condition.
Yeah.
Probably not snow.
I was also thinking maybe quali is not the best because we saw it, I think, this last race where like the rain came in the last session. And so like no one's gonna improve their time when
that sucked.
When they have to switch over to the tires.
We got robbed of a Q3 basically.
Yeah. So that kind of does suck for quality.
Yeah. There was so much time left, more than 9 minutes, I think, but no driver wanted to risk going out because their data was showing they weren't gonna go faster.
Great question though. Both have their pros and cons, I think.
Yeah, we want to know what you prefer, wet quali or wet race. Let us know. You can comment on YouTube or on our Instagram. Okay, and also Alex was in the points. Alex got voted driver of the day.
He's killing it.
Yeah. I heard other people making this joke, but it was made amongst our own group that Alex was performing because it was his girlfriend's Lily's birthday and he wanted to give her that as a gift.
I totally believe it. He's like such a simp for her.
Simp.
He's always kissing. They're so cute.
Oh my god. So I don't know if this is true or not. But it was something that was submitted to DeuxMoi. And I mean, like anything could be submitted to DeuxMoi, but it was a person who was staying or working at the same hotel where most of the drivers were at the Four Seasons in Canada. And they said that Alex was just being the sweetest. And like, I think he paid extra to get flowers in the room. And like, he was just going above and beyond.
Babe. So
yeah.
Cute.
They also said stuff about the Ferrari drivers.
Oh no, when they said
I think I might have it screenshotted. I mean, I just LOL'd, but one of them, I don't know if to believe it or not, but it said that Carlos was like flirting, I think, with the waitress or something.
Oh, I've heard of this actually.
And then,
maybe from you.
And yeah.
Maybe from you. I heard about it.
And he told her something like, "Oh, I'm just looking for my Latino," which like kind of cringe, but like he's not a smooth operator with the ladies.
I mean, he was in a relationship for so long. He forgot how to flirt.
Maybe Isa left him because he wasn't romantic.
We're speculating. We didn't want to do that.
It's not the WAG watch yet. We will get to all the WAG news. Stay tuned.
But yes, Alex is killing it at Williams. Logan, on the other hand, is not. When you compare the two.
Yeah. So I guess we'll talk about hot seats because there are many hot seats going on.
Yeah. Logan's being one of them, I think.
Yeah, we talked about that. Not much has been said about him. I think he already had the big headlines already that his seat might be replaced, but who knows? Other big news this week was, let's see, Sebastian Vettel was offered the role of sustainability officer. I mean, that's something that's very important in the sport. We need more sustainability. Will he take it? We don't know. What else? We talked about Neymar. Okay, big breaking news. Celebrities crossing over into Formula One. Ryan Reynolds was part of a group who is now a stakeholder in Alpine.
Yes, I am so excited about this. I don't know like everything about it, but I have watched some of the series of him like beginning his investment in the soccer club in England called Wrexham. It's basically like think of like Premier League soccer. I don't know how much you know about
Just
British
explain
soccer,
it.
but Premier League is like F1 basically,
Uh-huh.
and then there's like lower tiers below that, and this team is like 4 tiers below. So like their goal is to like eventually bring this team up to Premier League, which,
Play with the big dogs.
yeah, or like at least to the next league. So that's been his project, his side project, and now he invested with the same partners that he's investing in Wrexham with Alpine, which I think is really cool.
That's awesome.
Super
Michael
cool.
B. Jordan is
I
one
wonder
of
like
them.
what like differences it will make. Like will they make changes in the team? I don't know. They're just big stakeholders, right?
Yeah, so I was just thinking because Alpine is a very French-based team. Here we go, the sirens. So I was just thinking how it would play into this. Also, I guess you know more about what he does with the soccer team, but Ryan Reynolds himself, he has a lot of ventures. Like he has aviation gin, he has
Yeah.
a telecommunication company. So I just wonder if we might start to see those also as sponsors on the Alpine car. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Alpine has so much potential. I feel like PRC might be one of those seats that's kind of hot. Like he may not be guaranteed that seat. Maybe it's given to somebody else.
Do we know how long his contract was? Not like it matters, honestly,
Yeah.
but
Contracts don't matter, but I think it's only for a year. I feel like
I think
2
definitely
years.
Esteban is definitely stepping up to the plate, I think, compared to Pierre, but it is only his first season on the team.
Yeah, he's had a lot of unfortunate events, I feel.
Yeah, I think so too, especially with the penalties from last year.
Well, super exciting news. I can't wait to see Blake Lively on the F1 grid getting interviewed by Martin.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what like comes out of that.
Yeah, good things, hopefully. Okay. Oh, this one is interesting. So, Helmut Marko, advisor to Red Bull, he was on a talk show or a podcast, and he does not hold back. He says anything and everything. And I actually woke up this morning to a notification from Twitter, and it was him saying how he's a little bit worried because Ferrari was the fastest car in the Canadian race, which I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that if Max doesn't start 1 or 2, they're going to have a tough time winning their home race this weekend. I don't know if he was just saying that to
I
like
wonder
bluff.
why. Like,
Yeah.
why would they have a tough time? We've seen how Max can come up the field very easily.
Yeah, well, he's just saying that other teams are finally starting to catch up, and this was to be expected that around this point, more teams would have more upgrades and be able to compete.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Another team that we saw doing a little better last race was McLaren. Lando didn't end up in the points. At the end, he was dropped because of his unsportsmanlike penalty, which McLaren did go fight the FIA for, but I don't think that they reversed it. But McLaren has an upgrade that's standing over 3 races, so good things for my team, even though
they really stepped it up this
I
last
love all
race.
the teams.
Yeah.
Especially McLaren.
You could see their progress this last race for sure.
Yeah. So back to Helmut Marko. So they also advised over AlphaTauri, Red Bull's B team,
Mm-hmm.
and they were saying how they were going to be making changes to AlphaTauri, and that includes basically the whole entire structure, starting from the name and the branding to the team principal to potentially the drivers.
I think that's another hot seat. Maybe both.
Both hot seats, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we already know that Daniel said he would be more than happy to take that seat next year at AlphaTauri, and I think that he may know something we don't. I'm sure he knows a lot of things we don't, but it just seems like Red Bull's goal or Helmut's goal is to make this junior team just as good as Red Bull is. They're going to start supplying them parts again, and I mean, Red Bull's so great that to be second to them would still be stellar, and Danny would probably love that. Yeah.
That's exciting. Would love to see Danny come back. Wait, do you know anything about? I think Andres was telling me about like Max apparently being bored.
Yes.
Can
Max
you speak to that?
Yeah, Max is bored of not just winning races. He's bored of winning championships. He basically says it's like the same thing. I guess he had a goal to become a world drivers champion, and he did do that. And then he did it again, and he's probably going to do it a third time. But I guess he's not seeing it's not rewarding or valuable to him anymore. I guess he has.
Did he give this as an interview?
Yeah, he probably said this in a press conference. Like, he just said in a very Max way that, like, you win and then that's it. And I mean,
no, it's true. Like, he has zero competition right now.
The thing is that he's so young. Like, what is he going to do for the next 20 years?
I don't see him leaving Formula One, though. I think he just wants there to be more competition.
Well, the thing is that he doesn't want to lose. Like, he didn't say I want more competition. He just basically saying, like, I'm in the sport, I'm the best, and I know it. What am I going to do? Just keep winning, keep winning championships? Like, I don't know, what does he want? Does he want to be a dad? Does he want to go try something new?
Doesn't feel, like, fulfilling.
I don't know. I think he never had the goal of breaking world records, like being an 8-time world champion. I don't think that's his desire at all. And I don't know. I made the joke, like, what does he want to do? He wants to go stream and have tea parties with Penelope.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe he'll do other kind of, like, racing.
Maybe he'll go for the Triple Crown.
Yeah, exactly. He has the time.
Yeah. He's so young. It's crazy.
So young.
But yes, Max did say that.
Okay, got it. That's helpful.
That was very much what Max said. Nick DeVries seat, so hot.
That's so hot. No, I think he's gonna be out of.
That's so sad, and I feel like, sometimes these drivers just have a little mistake, but then they start to hear all the buzz and they get pressure, and then they just can't do better.
And they just keep falling behind while everyone else is moving forward.
I feel like Nick should be giving a chance because he came through for so many teams last year. He had driven in so many cars.
Yeah, and he was like a shock. Like, he had a surprising moment when he raced in Monza.
Yeah.
I think he had a lot of potential, and I don't know, it's also not the best car, so that plays a part in it.
This is such a ruthless sport.
I know.
Especially when you're...
or you break it.
Okay, in more wholesome news, Mick will be driving his dad's Mercedes as a show run at the Goodwood Festival.
So cute.
Yeah, super cute.
Yeah, that would be nice. You saw the bromance sesh between
Esty
Bestie and Mick. That was cute.
Yeah, they were like road tripping in a convertible, and then
they had like a cute little guys weekend. It kind of reminded me of the Taylor Swift and Carly Class photo shoot.
One for the money, two for the show. Oh my God, we're gonna do a side by side.
Yes.
Side by side. When they were driving down the one highway. That's what it's called, right? Yeah.
Yes. Pacific Coast. That was
that was
so funny. I thought it was cute. Obviously we love the Lando and Carlos bromance, but there's something about the Esty and Mick one. I just think it's so wholesome.
It is so wholesome.
I love it.
Because I think that, all the relationships of the bromance, someone takes a big brother role.
Yeah.
And I think Esteban takes that for Mick.
Yes.
Yeah. What's another bromance? I don't
Pierre and Charles.
Yeah. Love triangle.
Why?
Because Yuki wants Pierre and Pierre wants Charles.
Oh. That is funny.
Who does Charles want? I think Charles wants Pierre too.
Yeah, who else though? Wait, so we didn't talk about Don't Blink.
Oh,
But Andres made a funny joke that was like, and I feel like only you and I would appreciate this. But
you'd be surprised.
you'd be surprised. Like there was this part where Charles is like in his video where he's like talking to him in the doorway, like I guess in his little like I don't want to call it dressing room.
Yeah, their little bedroom.
Yeah, their little bedroom at the track. And Andres was like, isn't it, don't you ever notice how Charles is always the one looking to Carlos? And I'm like, Carlos has that effect because that happened with Lando. Like, he has this effect with, like, younger people viewing him as, like, an older brother.
Yeah.
And it was so cute. He was just, like, standing at the doorway, just, like, watching
Wait,
Carlos.
So on that note, I clipped one of our, like, work. I clipped one of the things we said in our last episode, and I turned it into like Charles type, brunette with dark eyes, and I was dying because all of you guys were just commenting memes of Carlos. They're like, you know who Charles's type is? It's Carlos.
Oh
Like,
my God.
they're like, I know who has dark hair and brown eyes, and it was like the funniest little gifs.
Like, he's in love with him.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
It was the
It's so
funniest little gifs you could think of, like just like Carlos like snapping his head, winking, smirking, and I was like, honestly, when I made this, that's not where my mind went. Like,
I love that that's where everyone's mind went.
yeah, they're really, really funny. It's like you can just scroll all the gifs. I have to finish watching Don't Blink. Oh, speaking of Don't Blink, the reason why I thought I manifested that was because when Charles makes his vlogs, like they're so good. They're a full-blown cinematic production. And one randomly came on my YouTube and I got so excited because I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen one in such a long time. But it was from like 11 months ago. I was like, I just need some new vlogs from like
I know.
Carlos or Charles.
Charles does not post much of his like vlogs. It's very limited. Carlos does a little bit of a better job, but he also doesn't post that often. His Don't Blinks.
No, Pit Walk Rose will sponsor you guys if you want to have bi-weekly vlogs.
I love that. You know, though, I do feel like who I follow the most because they post so much is Lando.
I love Lando.
I love his quadrant stuff. Like, I'm not even into gaming, and I just think they're so entertaining. Like, the whole group is so funny. I like them.
Yeah, I haven't. When they first came out, I used to keep up so much. Recently, I just really haven't had the time.
Yeah.
But I love everyone in that group.
Their banter is really good. Like, you see Lando in a different dynamic than just racing. Like, with his friends.
He has such a different dynamic with his quadrant. I feel like that's the real
yeah,
him.
That's the real Lando.
Yeah, there's like the racing Lando, and then there's like his quadrant Lando, and I guess the Lando he's with the girls and so on.
DJ Lando.
DJ Lando. Oh,
Golf Lando.
Baseball Lando. Did you see that?
No.
What? So, some of the American baseball teams, I think like the Cubs, they are over in England for some special game, and McLaren got taken out to the ballpark.
Oh, maybe I saw this briefly.
Yeah, and they let Lando hit the ball. Like, what is bat? They let Lando bat. I need to show you these pictures right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, I think I did see this.
Of course you saw this. He looked good. Lando has had a lot going on with him, and we can't find the tag pictures of him batting, but I will find them. Oof!
Whoa. Okay, don't listen to the other episode where you said you were unimpressed.
IRL.
In real life.
I didn't say I was not impressed. I said I was underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed. Same thing.
Better.
Yes, I remember this. Cute.
Little Lando. I said I couldn't thirst over him anymore, but I mean, He's a week older now. Okay. Well, I think that's all the official news we have. Now we're going to jump into our WAG watch, which we try to make it as accurate, factual based as possible, but we don't have direct contact to the WAG, so there will be speculation.
Yes.
Okay. So I wrote, let's talk about Carmen. I have nothing to say other than her outfits are fabulous.
Love Carmen.
Yes. Well, the real WAG watch.
She's one of the few
left
of our favorite WAGs left.
Original WAGs left.
Yeah, sad. For her.
Okay, so Carlos was spotted with Scott Disick's ex-girlfriend.
What's her name, Eva?
Her name is Rebecca Donaldson, I think.
Rebecca Donaldson.
Her name is Rebecca for sure.
There are quite a few videos and photos.
Yes. And supposedly she was in Miami, she was in Monaco, and she was in Barcelona. That's not like somebody that's just hanging out. She's sticking around for races. She's so beautiful.
No, she's stunning. She's
beyond gorgeous.
But like, who are you? We are Issa stans, and
last night
we need more information. Like,
yeah,
what happened?
Last night
I was blindsided by this.
No, we knew.
Okay, yes, but like we didn't expect that this is something that would happen. We thought that they were going to get married.
I did think they were going to get married. She caught the bouquet at one of his sister's wedding. The Spanish publication said both of Carlos's sisters are getting married. Carlos may be next, but we don't know what happened. Like, she could have broken up with him for him not being romantic enough, not a smooth operator. Or he could have wanted to go be a smooth operator. We don't know.
Or maybe it was mutual.
Yeah, I guess mutual. But
distance.
Yeah, well, last night a video of Issa and Carlos karaoke randomly came up, and I teared up. Yes. I was like,
oh. And that wasn't that long ago either.
They just look so happy. Yeah. I have goosebumps. Well, I hope that they can both be happy and no one's hurt.
Same.
Yeah, but
sometimes it's just for the best, so hopefully
nothing
bad happens.
What I was not expecting was for him to have another girl.
Me neither. Like, couldn't he have just been single for like 2 seconds?
No, he drives a Ferrari. Those boys need to have a WAG +1 at all times.
Yeah, he has Charles in his life showing him the ropes.
Yeah. Do you think that she will be at Silverstone? Like, officially in the paddock? It's not official till you're in the paddock.
Until there's like the photos of them walking with the driver in the paddock, like the paparazzi pics, it's not legit. Like, remember, it took Peter a minute to bring Kika.
Mm-hmm.
Charles just brought Alex, right? Has she even been spotted?
Yeah, I think the first race was Monaco.
Right.
Yeah.
So, until I see those photos.
Well, I mean, she might have been at the paddock already because she was in Miami, Barcelona, and Monaco, but I'm not sure she was like a guest at Ferrari, or if she was. They did a good job of like not posting that. Maybe she's kind of famous on her own. I mean, she dated Scott. She's a model. She has, I think, like a bikini line or something. So it wouldn't be like, oh, who's this random girl? Like, she's somebody who would most likely be hanging out
in this group, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Rubs me the wrong way though, sadly. Just because we were so invested with Issa and Carlos.
So invested with Issa. Well, many good things for Issa.
Yes.
I know you haven't read the Lauren Asher books. We're big book readers over here. We have our own book club coming. We are part of the Sarah J. Maas universe. But anyways, I read all 4 of the Dirty Air Lauren Asher books. And our friend Aurora that we mentioned here as well, she read the first 2. I hope this isn't a spoiler. But in the second book, there's like a little F1 couple. and one of their songs is Yellow by Coldplay. Like, that's a big part of the book. And Kika and Pierre were at the Coldplay concert,
yeah,
and
I
she
saw that,
storied them singing. And I was just like, it's like the book. It's so cute.
That is cute.
Yeah. Anything else to report on the wags?
I don't think so.
The wags we keep up with?
Wasn't K-Mag's wife pregnant?
Yeah, she's very pregnant.
Very pregnant. She's about to pop.
Wonder if she'll pop during one of the races. Okay, no special game segment today because we talked a lot. And I didn't do research on the Ferrari movie to deliver quality.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep going? Or?
There's a song starting.
Oh, we can do our prediction for the weekend.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's all we have for today. We're about to go into the Austria race. It's a sprint weekend.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
love sprint weekends.
Yes, and it's going to be a wet sprint weekend.
Even more exciting.
Yes. Any predictions for this weekend?
I feel like Max will win. Red Bull will dominate, but I do think it will be a little bit more of an effort. I think Mercedes is doing well, so maybe a Mercedes on the podium. And I'll add in a Ferrari at the end for P3.
I am going to say that we are finally going to get Charles on the podium. Well, get him on the podium.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. George is going to do well, very well. And yes, Max will be in the mix. He will. They just call it the Max Verstappen podcast when they do the post-race interviews because Max is always there. So it will probably continue to be that way, even though I would like it not to be. But
yeah, same.
My hope is Charles to get on the podium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
me too. I'll be so happy. I'd be so happy.
Yeah, I was very happy for him. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling for Carlos this weekend. I feel like all efforts are on Charles. Carlos's car had gotten some upgrades. Maybe Charles's car will have some upgrades now.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like he did very well during the Spanish Grand Prix, so maybe we'll see some Carlos action up at the front.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We hope you enjoy the sprint weekend. We are now on YouTube, but listen to us Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen. Make sure to follow us, like, rate, subscribe, do all the things, and join our Discord so you can live chat with us as we're watching the race and having our oh my god moments.
Bye.
Bye.